What's really good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clank on that boxing grind. Early morning grind. We in the building. You know how we do. Always keeping the boxing flowing and going. But Steve Farhood, who keeps the unofficial score for Showtime, said that Floyd Mayweather would struggle with Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence at this point in his career. I'm gonna link the article in the description so you know that it's true. And I don't know, man. I think he also mentioned Sean Porter as well. I think Porter and Errol Spence, aggressive style coming downhill may pose issues for Floyd Mayweather. But if like he said in the article, I think he was using, or at least in the article, they was using the McGregor fight as a barometer to see how he still fights. And I don't use that as a barometer. I think he would take Crawford, Thurman, Spence, and Porter totally serious and totally different. He said he hurt his hand, a month out before the McGregor fight, and said he didn't really do no sparring for the last month. And, I don't know, man. It'd be a tough fight. I did make a video saying that Floyd Mayweather is going to come back. He needs to have a passing of a torch fight with Terence Crawford. I think that's the perfect passing of a torch fight for him against a very young, hungry lion, and definitely to give the face of boxing a nice young American face, and to give him the opportunity to boost his profile up and beat the legend. But if he was to come back, he still would be a tough fight for a lot of different people. But in the article, they did mention that, Mayweather, Steve Harvey, I think, mentioned that Mayweather didn't want to come back versus one of these guys for $30 million. Conor McGregor almost got him a $500 million, $300 million, something like that, fighting him. And neither one of these guys, plus Sean Porter, would generate that type of money. So why would you take the risk just for fighting $30 million when you probably can, 10 times, you can times 10 fighting Conor McGregor in a clown fight, as Triple G would say. But if it don't make money, then it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So it was about a money grab. But hypothetically, if he was to fight these guys, it'd be a tough fight. I think Keith Thurman would be the easiest one for him, in my opinion, because Thurman winds up and telegraphs his punches. And if you give Floyd Mayweather that type of beat and he fights with that rhythm, Floyd Mayweather will pick on part all night, and he takes care of his body, but his body is breaking down. But I don't really see an athletic decline in Floyd Mayweather because his IQ is very high. He's a great thinker, and I don't think any of these guys will outbox him. They will have to get aggressive, nasty, and dirty with him. And we know Errol Spence and Sean Porter is the most aggressive, nasty, dirtiest fighters. I don't mean dirty is really dirty, but Sean Porter is pretty dirty when you're talking about getting it done on the inside. And that's where the war will have to be won with Floyd Mayweather in battles and in increments, fighting them on the inside, being aggressive, hitting on the shoulders, hitting them on the arms, hitting them on the hip, and being aggressive. If you're going to sit there and try to outthink and try to box Floyd Mayweather, you're going to be in trouble all night. Because if you're going inside on him, you're going to have a chance because, he is going to tee off and you're going to go through some fire. People talking about, Floyd is a feather-fisted puncher, but you don't see too many guys just walking through him, like Madonna did. He did walk through him, but Madonna took some punishment as well. But, best bet is to try to walk through him and hope that he hurt his hands and ain't able to throw that sniper rifle, straight right hand. But Floyd still got tricks in the bag. And yeah, they might make him work, Crawford is another guy that's pretty aggressive, but he likes to box and think and make adjustments on the fly. That'll be another tough fight for Floyd, another, entertaining fight. I think that'll be the most epic passing of the torch fight that, we probably might have ever seen, I just say that because I don't see him and Errol Spence fighting, Both advised by Al Heyman, both have sparred before, and both have mutual respect. Floyd Mayweather, kicked Broner out as little bro and brought Errol Spence under his wing, and really was endorsing Errol Spence, so I don't see that really happening. He did also endorse Terence Crawford at a New York Knicks game. I think he talked about meeting Crawford and, saying that he wasn't promoted right by Top Rank and knows what he's going through, and that he would promote him better, yada, 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 promoter talk. But, I really do. Terence Crawford will get him a good fight, good run for his money. He's aggressive as well, and it's all a different type of manner. But when Bud gets a beat on you, Bud will go downhill and try to torture you and try to and take you to deep waters and drown you. He's not going to come out and just, be aggressive off rip unless, he has to. He's a thinker, a fighter like Floyd Mayweather, similar, rangy. I don't think he's as athletically gifted as Floyd Mayweather was in his prime. Floyd was quick. You know, Floyd was, you know, something else. You know, Floyd is probably considered the best super featherweight of all time, you know. You know, he's different. You know, he's a different caliber. I think, you know, all four of them guys will have a good chance of beating him, including Sean Porter, just because his style is so reckless. And for those old legs, you know, Errol Spence give him a tough time. Keith, I think that's the beatable guy right there. You know, like I said, for the simple reason that he winds up with his punches. You know, and Keith will have to be the aggressor, and Keith is not used to being an aggressor no more. If the aggressive Keith Thurman comes back, I think the welterweight division could be on notice. Like I said, Terence Crawford is another tough fight as well. He's up there with Sean Porter, Errol Spence for being the toughest fight. I can't call it between the three. I'm not just saying that, like, Sean Porter is, you know, on the same level as Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, and Keith Thurman, in my opinion. I'm just saying his style will give Floyd Mayweather issues because he's aggressive, nasty, dirty. He's going to come all night, you know. He's not the puncher Madonna was, and he's probably not the puncher any of the other three guys up here is. But he's aggressive, he's strong, he's physically strong. He got the style that made trouble Mayweather. But, you know, all these four guys are gifted, you know, not including Sean Porter in the picture. But, you know, I would love to see him fight Terence Crawford. I would love to see him fight Keith Thurman, Errol Spence. You know, Keith was lobbying for that fight back when he was hungry. He ain't hungry no more. But, you know, that's what I think. If I had to rank him, Keith is the beatable guy. Then Sean, and then Terence and Earl is a tie. I think they got the best chance to beat Mayweather at this point. Mayweather is old, but I don't expect Floyd Mayweather to come back and fight one of these guys. You know, it'll be a Conor McGregor rematch or Canelo rematch, and far third would probably be a Triple G rematch. I remember they was talking about him potentially fighting Jermaine Taylor for that middleweight belt. There was some rumors going around him moving up, fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. at a point in time, moving up. You know, it was a few rumors that was far-fetched, and I don't believe it was going to happen. But, you know, I think, you know, if he wanted to come back and compete and get one of these young champions a passing the torch fight, that'd be great for the sport of boxing. You know, I'm not saying lay down, but, you know, just the exposure and the good effort from these guys, even if they come up short, will be the exposure that they need. And, you know, but if he, you know, I just prefer him to stay retired and let, you know, the young, you know, guns of the welterweight division and Canelo, Triple G, Charlo twins take over and give America a new face of boxing. But we gone.